Hi everyone, so welcome back to our channel, and today we're gonna be sharing about things that you should be thinking about when doing your renovation, maybe or even before, so that you don't regret all these things like us. Okay, so this video will be split into two parts. If not, it will be too lengthy, so you can click on whichever ones you are interested in looking at, whether it's the electrical one or the non-electrical stuff. So let's get on with it. So as most of y'all might know, we have been living here for over a year already. So you know, these are things that have been getting to us, and every time we're like, oh, we can't take it. So the biggest thing about the electrical side of things in a house is the lighting. And so one of the biggest things is the entrance lighting, because when we come in, the wall switch is next to the door, which is great, because then we turn it on straight away and the house like brightens up lah, because when we come home everywhere is dark. But the thing is that after that, we have to walk back there to turn off that entrance light after we have like turned off the rest of the lights in the house. So it's quite troublesome because sometimes we forget, or like maybe before we sleep, right, we have to walk all the way there to turn it off. So it's a bit of an inconvenience, and I think I mean the entrance light is great, but I think what I would have done differently is to install like the double switch, so that I can turn it on there but turn it off like maybe at a switch near my room or like nearer to the hall area, so that you don't have to walk all the way back. So double switches are quite a lifesaver. We have one set for the like our walkway area, so that's great, but I think I would have done that for the entrance light also lah, because it doesn't make sense. So now when I come home, I just avoid turning on that entrance light and I just walk straight in and turn on the lights like in the hall area. So that's one. Secondly, we were discussing lah, we were like, what else bothers us about the light? And the other one is that we feel that there's too many switches around lah. So we felt that some lights can be like connected together, so there's not so many switches for so many different portions of light. So for example, our kitchen, our kitchen lights, we have two that are separate, but then come to think about it, usually when we turn on one, we'll turn on the other. So it's quite leceh and troublesome to have to turn on two lah. So maybe if we turn on one, then it's connected to both, it makes our life easier. So oh yeah, and the switches are at different places. So it's this kind of things that I guess maybe it's a bit hard to imagine before you really live in the house lah, because you know, you don't really know how you will live in the house, like your daily habits and all that. But it's just something for you to think about, you know, when you are thinking of switches and like how many lights. I think for us, we were thinking that, oh, you know, if we have different switches to control different lights, it gives us more freedom to control which light we want to turn on and off and all that. But in the end, it became worse for us, because then we have to turn on like multiple switches for the lights that we commonly turn on together. Okay, the other thing is wall plugs. So I remember this was one of the bigger things that we thought long and hard about, like when we were getting our ID to install the wall plugs and all that lah, like, oh, should this be a double wall plug, where should the position be and all. And I think we got most of the places covered, but just small things like, oh, after that we decided to get a robot cleaner, and the best places to put the robot cleaner, right, didn't have like plugs there. So for example, let's say we have to put it in the yard room where our laundry area is, then that area does not have a plug that we can put our robot cleaner. So now it's like in the hall, which might not be the best because it takes up space awkwardly. So it's just something for you to consider lah, like, oh, where to put wall plugs. And I think the height is so important. So next to Chris's bed is like, he has a bedside table, right? But the difficult thing is that the height of the wall plug is too high, so the gap, like, it doesn't fit very nicely lah with the table and all. So the height of the wall plug and the positions of the wall plug is so important. But I mean, it's one of those things that's a bit hard to imagine lah before you're moving, because you know, we also didn't imagine that we'd be getting a robot cleaner, but eventually we did. And then when we did, we were like, oh no, like, where should we put it? Then we were very constrained by where the wall plugs were. So yeah. Okay, the other, I guess, not say regretful, but the thing we didn't think of is the smart mirror in our master bedroom toilet. So we have a smart mirror that tells like the time, the date, is able to like default when you bathe hot water, right, and the mirror fogs up. So because of that, we have two switches outside our toilet. So one is just the toilet light, one is the smart mirror. So in the end, right, because we always off the smart mirror switch, as in when we go into the toilet, we only on the light switch. Then if let's say we on the smart mirror switch, and then when we come out, we will turn it off. So because of that, the date and the time on the smart mirror actually resets. And we realize that we actually don't use a smart mirror. So for the smart mirror, sometimes Chris uses it to default the mirror, but I actually don't. I just like air the toilet and all. So I realized that actually it's very redundant now. Maybe because we turn it off all the time when we come out, but maybe it's something you all want to consider. So if you're getting a smart mirror, then do you all want to constantly have it on, or do you want to have it like on and off? And then the other one is whether it's really useful lah. Because I think for us, we just use the mirror for storage more than anything else. So that should have been our main concern, and maybe we could have saved some money. Instead of buying a smart mirror, we could have just gotten a regular one. So yeah, that's just something to think of as well. Okay, so we hope that this video will be able to help you not have regrets about your renovation like us. There are many videos out there talking about like renovation regrets, and this is one of the many. But I hope it helps you to consider different factors in your house and your renovation as you're planning. So don't forget to like and subscribe to our channel, and if you have any questions, feel free to let us know in the comments or drop us a DM. So bye!